guys, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT, and now it's time to make another Vision Total Drama fan art design on Gran Turismo Sport. So, looks like this is going to be good to go to use the Subaru Impreza 22b-STi version, because this is going to be quite excellent, and this will be able to have a very good Sonic Blue micro color, so this will be quite very different to see it. So maybe to get started, because this is going to be quite excellent to be able to have a very good Total Drama character in Season 4. So looks like time to be able to make the next Total Drama library is Mike. Well, Mike is a nice, well-meaning teen. However, he isn't himself a lot of time, but he also has a few other different characters that he has was multiple personality disorder. So this is going to be quite commonly well to see anything for it about Mike, but this is very good and very perfect for a Total Drama character for it. So, few other multiple personality that Mike has is the old guy is Chester, the female gymnastic Olympian Svetlana, the handsome guy Vito, the Australian asset Manitoba Smith, and also one villain bad guy named Mao was definitely seen in Total Drama All-Stars. So looks like this will be able to have a full cover-up story to be able to have everything shown up for it. Mike debuts in the first episode. He almost immediately becomes attracted to Zoe, revealing in his first confessional that he finds her to be very nice. However, he is worried that she doesn't feel the same way about him and hopes that his condition will not drive her away from him. Unfortunately for him, he tends to have many problems regarding his condition that only escalate throughout the season, as he finds it more and more difficult to hide his condition, which he passes off as him being a dedicated actor. So here's something else that how the reaction before one of Mike's multiple personality may appear. So in the first episode that he also brings out Chester to bring out his old man appearance act for it. Well, I kind of say because Chester is the first one to be able to take part of it, because he always loves to do all that old man moments. So, as revealed in the first challenge, when Mike gets upset that the strategies to get the total down are not working, he remains as Chester until he hears Zoe plead for help when she's about to fall up the totem pole. So can I say that this is going to be quite very common to be able to have a good surprising for. So maybe let's see something to choose a better color to be able to have something to represent. So I might say that the B3 color is definitely a very good color to be able to choose. So maybe this is going to be a good color to be able to choose to be able to set up on it. Now, maybe this one is going to be the Candy Metallic, so I hope that this is going to be quite excellent for having one good common design to see it. So, in the second episode, in Truth or Laser Shark, another personality came to reveal was Svetlana. When Mike is required to do the obstacle course, he doesn't explain how to manage to pull off one of these featured ones. He hands the team's maggot up to Cameron. So that was personality number 2. That he also brings out Svetlana, a female Olympic gymnastics is definitely quite bringing out the most remarkable skills, has never seen it before for it. But no matter, he is Mike is one full of surprises during the season. And only, well, I can't say that this is very big moment to be able to show for. Now, maybe let's see. Car number is going to be 23. Well, maybe a little bit mismatched for it. There you go. That's better. Now, maybe this will have everything needs to be put on for. And also, this is going to be able to have this for a very good color to be able to putting on the brown color. So, that might be better. And this is going to be quite very good for having the one standard orange color for it. So this is going to be a good JDM design vehicle for it, so this is going to be quite worked up. Now, maybe there's only has to make something very good common patterns for it, so this is going to be able to have 5 designs on it. Because this might give a good work on it, because it's going to be very efficient to be able to get everything settled for. Now, maybe this will be able to have a pattern design that might give a good handy for. So sometimes that two multiple personality that Mike have, and then later his third personality was Beetle, a handsome guy that Anne Maria really loves to attract him for. But despite about Beetle, he's a handsome guy with a nice muscle flex on it, but he also shows in Ice Ice Baby episode when he's using Svetlana to make the full stunt appearance for it. I kind of think that was a pretty good moment that when Beetle was about to say, "Let's rumble." Wow, I can't say that because this is very amazing before Brick and Scott are about to fight over the flag. Now, looks like this is going to be able to have pattern design as well, but I know this is going to be quite very come up for a very good design to be quite very good related to see it for it. Now, maybe the next color design that might give a good work on it. That might be able to have a turquoise color in it, so it's going to be a lot of big work to be able to get everything needed. Now, let's go and have the Total Drama Revenge of the Island logo should be right over here on the Saturn. Just gonna have to place it here. Well, maybe perhaps this might give a good handy for putting up a better pattern layout view will give a good choice. So maybe I might be able to have this for a better decal management view to be able to get a good look on it. So it's just gonna have to give a good style position, should be right over here. And then this might be a very good spot, so I might be able to check on the depth limit. Okay, so not much. So maybe I had to press it and reset it again, so this is gonna have to do it very right way to be able to do the direction. This might be quite possible to be able to leave it in right over to the taillights where it's at. So that might be take care of it. So maybe that's gonna have to make a third pattern decal. Will also might need to have a better shape. Now, in order to better ways to be able to have 5 types of pattern libraries, so this might make a good and very better design making to be able to get everything look and see everything's doing the right way, and this will have to be put in on the reverse position, so this will have to double check on it. Okay, increase the depth limit. Also might need to have a few extra color that might give a good comment for. Okay, so let's do the color picker and see how it works. Okay, so maybe this is definitely not bad for choosing this kind. So that might be a good position. Alright, there you go. That's number 3. So Bird had to have the other 2 will be put in on the other side. So looks like this is going to be good. Just gonna have everything needs to be putting on the decal for. So, one of Mike's multiple personality uses Speedo in Finders Creepers and Backstabbers Ahoy That definitely makes Zoe upset when being attracted to Maria somehow for it. And otherwise, that could be a merely misunderstanding after a short fight between Zoe and Maria breaks out. So that might be the only method way to be able to bring Beetle out is Mike's shirt to be taken off. So that might be the only way to see it. That might give a good possible ways to be able to examine one of Mike's multiple personalities. It was quite very intriguing, and it takes a lot of work to be able to do something else for. Now, looks like we're had to putting up some logos to be able to get started. So, looks like this is going to be able to have a little bit time to get going. Okay, so maybe let's just gonna have the Subaru logo should be put it right over here onto the TDROTI. And this will be quite very good to be able to have a very good common Total Drama fan art design is definitely quite giving the good mark of a JDM design. So maybe 2 JDM designs on Vision TD designs is definitely quite very important. That might be quite very if everything needs to be started out by having my own list. Now putting up the Gran Turismo Association logo right over here. Then have a little Cartoon Network logo we'll be placing here right next between the both of them. And then I'll grab the Teletoon. Okay, change positions. Gonna have to put it right over here. So this will be sure because this is gonna be able to have a better large size to be able to putting on the car door. Now maybe let's see. How about giving an aftermarket brand? So this will goes on the STI version. So this is gonna be quite needed for a Subaru. So double check because this is gonna be having a license plate needed, because this is going to be quite very excellent to be able to have a better license plate to be needed as an example. Okay, put it there, replace the 22b Impreza and make it as a Total Drama Livery on front and rear sizes is definitely giving the good precision then. So throughout the episode, since Mike is still in the game, his fourth personality is revealed and a mind is a terrible thing to waste when Mike puts on a fedora hat and turning him into Manitoba Smith. When he and Cameron get separate from the rest of the team, he loses his hat and it's knocked out and makes him back to normal. But Cameron wakes him up by hitting him in the head with a flashlight. The two work together to make their way back to the rest of the team. And after the challenge is over, Cameron is giving one advice about his multiple personality disorder. After a minute that he does, Cameron agrees to help him with his problems in order to help him with Zoe. And his promise holds a true, daring moment during the Treasure Island of Dr. McClane, where Cameron helps Mike undo the triggers for both Beetle and Manitoba. Still not trusting Scott, however, him and Cameron attempt to bolt him out that night when their team faces their first and only elimination. Well, kind of guess that Scott is using the McClane Chris head is definitely quite giving him the chance to be back in the game for. Well, fortunately that maybe it's still taking a lot of time to be able to keep making up some more libraries. Now, maybe let's see. This is going to be able to have a better precision. Should be right over here, right next on the signature name on it. Have everything on the white. But also, this Total Drama Livery design also comes with variants because Mike has multiple personality disorders that also has to change different appearances. So maybe this will have to manage up to size up for the better precision. Now let's give something better for one secret ways to be able to have a good preview to take a good look on the interior that also has any different brand logos on it. Okay, so everything's good on the inside, so this will have to keep working. Now, maybe, let's see, something else that might be able to have a better tire to be able to put on for. So how about let's give a Bridgestone, so this might give a good position for use. Let's go grab the Gran Turismo logo. It's gonna be right on the rear. Well, otherwise, maybe this is gonna be able to have a few other decal logos we'll be able to put it in. So this will be able to have everything for complete. So during in the Extreme Chef Auto, titly called Grand Chef Auto, Scott is using Mike in order to sabotage the challenge. But however, Scott reveals that Mike has multiple personality to make him bottle up the game, and then possibly that this could be able to have a little bit big moment since he's been knocked out by Scott. But he's inside of his subconscious mind in order to wake him up. So that could be his struggle to be able to face up against one of his multiple personality disorders. So looks like he finally stood up to himself to tell one of his alter egos to be able to, in order to fight back and take control of his own. That was a one epic fight to take control of himself for folks, but you know, other multiple personalities means having a lot of struggles that might need to be able to get well controlled for. So everything's gonna be quite almost there. Just gonna have to take a few more decals to go. Now, something else might be able to have everything needs to choose. Something like giving a good choice. Okay, so maybe the Bullet Express might be given a good decal position to put it in for it, so this might give it a shot. Adding up a Gran Turismo logo could be put it right over here. Now, maybe Snap-on might give a good choice. So maybe not colorful, but this might be giving a good choice. Now maybe let's give something else to have one of my very own logos, or well, almost forgot about Total Drama All-Stars, so he competes as a heroic hamsters. So in that case, that this could be the most moment for Mike talking to Zoe about his multiple personalities, and kind of guess that Zoe likes it how the way he is, but kind of say that this is a very good relationship between Mike and Zoe. But this is a very good relationship couple, folks. Kind of say that this is gonna be quite giving a good, excellent opportunity for having a good relationship for it. But the only bad news is during the elimination, well, I kind of say that Mike bolted up, and before leaving, Mike gave Zoe a medallion as a souvenir. The two tried to have their first kiss, but later he is catapulted away before he gets the chance. So, looks like that's how Zoe plans to get payback at Scott for causing it for it, because that could be a one sign of revenge for any chick who really wants to take on Scott for having a one good revenge for. Now, maybe this is going to be able to add up on the media, so this will be able to have to check later until this will be continuing on to make some more livery design. So maybe this will have to putting up a Canadian flag show. So this will be putting in right here, then duplicate reverse, then relocate right over here. Now this might be a very perfect position on the Impreza, so this is going to be able to have few open spots available for. So just going to have to grab two Total Drama logos, and now this is going to be able to have everything needs to be put here for. But almost forgot to bring on the Subaru burst without anything to need for. That might be going to be giving the good spot right here. Well, however, I kind of say that this might be able to have a better style on the hood, so this is going to be quite excellent. So maybe this might give a good hood style, just like a carbon fiber, so this is going to be quite okay for it. So maybe let's go with this turquoise green color, and this is going to be quite good. Now maybe the side mirrors would like to give something extra on it, so putting up GT logos could be going here on both sides, and maybe the rear ring parts also might need it. Now unfortunately that might be able to have everything needs to be putting in for. So let's just gonna have to give a little depth limit to give it a little bit -7. This is gonna be a good spot on the Total Drama letter logo. Could be put it right here. Unfortunately, maybe the Total Drama logo should be put it right over here. So this might give a good recognize for it. Getting rid of the angle limit, minor check. Now that's better. So looks like gonna have to keep continuing on for it. So looks like gonna have to do the front and rear. Now let's just go and grab the STI logo. So this might be quite getting good to make some good exact replica positions like the original. So this is going to be able to have the white one to be put it in for. So you know, this is going to be quite very good for the Impreza to be able to have the same spot like the Sonic Blue Micra. Most any other Subaru Imprezas is definitely quite very good. Now maybe let's see something else to be quite very good to have everything need for, because the rear also has few open white spot opens for it. So let's just gonna give a GT Planet logo here. First up on Total Drama logos should be put it right onto the part on this exact spot. A little bit double checked. And almost reminder tips to be able to have everything without it. Deepen it to art, always put it in, because it still have a lot of Mike fan arts on it. Now maybe let's see something else might need to put it on for. So how about put it right here. That might be giving a good spot for it. So Mike returns in the finale as one of Cameron's most vocal supporters. When the mutants release, Mike shows fear over the mutant gophers, likely from his confrontation from the mines, and it's one of the contestants that it's been attacked by Larry before saving by Cameron. So that could be quite giving a good support with Cameron along with Zoe. Very good choice, Mike. Giving good support to Cameron as well to be able to win. Now, maybe this might give it a good exact spot for it. So this will be able to put Total Drama All-Stars here on the right, and Revenge of the Island logo is gonna be on the left. Well, however, maybe this is gonna be able to have a good fine exact position very soon, because this is gonna be quite giving the good remarkable for having a good Total Drama design. So this one is definitely quite very good to be driving on tarmac tracks and dirt tracks, and even snow course too. So luckily, might be able to have to give a lot of time to be able to get ready for part 2 of the March update. This we can't wait. Now let's go and have some of the Quasil Bash Fitness. Should be quite very good to be putting on the center rear. There you go. Now, this is going to be good design to be ready to go, because this is going to be quite excellent, because this will be able to have a 3-color type. So, I just wanted to make sure to be able to recognize the colors by giving a good hand for. So, I guess that this is going to be quite excellent for bringing out a Total Drama Livery that has multiple personality, character appearance. So this will be quite very good to go until having a good race. So, Season 4 is definitely giving a good story breakdown on Mike. Now, moving on to Total Drama All-Stars. He returns as one of the 7 contestants from the previous season. He is placed on the Heroic Hamsters and remains on the same team as his girlfriend Zoe and his best friend Cameron. While his alternate personality still exists, he is more in control of them this season than previous, and also he has no problem transforming in front of them. Unfortunately, in Evil Dread, after getting hit in the head by Scott while he's Manitoba Smith, Mike is knocked out, and after puts the fedora back on, he realized he is unable to transform back into Manitoba Smith, and certain other contestant noticed that he is acting meaner and more creepy than usual. Well, that might be having a one big problem on Mike, folks. He is unable to control his multiple personality because Mal came in by having an evil appearance. Well, meanwhile, when Duncan transferred over to the other team in Saving Private Leechball, he finds something about Mike's voice familiar, which makes him suspect that he knew Mike somewhere in the past. Well, kinda say that he seems to be strangely worried about him, but he thinks Mal is one bad news. Well, in case if you guys really want to watch Total Drama All-Stars, so this might be able to have a full moments to see what maybe Mal. So we'll have to think something else to be able to continue on for. So looks like it's time to get ready for a race. So this time, this is going to be quite excellent to be able to have a track selection to be able to have Japan course on it. So maybe let's just gonna say that this will be very good to be able to get ready to take on the Tokyo Expressway South Inner Loop. So maybe this will be able to have 3 laps for now, because I hope that this is going to be quite ready to go. So this will be able to have a good covering showcase preview before the race starts. So time to go and select the Subaru Impreza to be able to get ready. After spending an entire episode as Mal, His team ends up losing the challenge because he reverted back to himself right before he crossed the finish line and doesn't comprehend where he is. In the beginning of no one expects the Spanish opposition, Mike is saddened that Zoe is beginning to become afraid of him, but believes that it may be for the best if he cannot control his problem. The two end up working together during the challenge. During it, Mike and Zoe think that the way to get his alternate personality back to reenact the scene of him getting hit in the head when Zoe is reluctant to drop a rock on his head. Mike ends up dropping a boulder on his head in the confessional, saying that he needs to protect Zoe at all costs. Unfortunately for him, this results Mal taking full control of him and ends up getting trapped inside of his brain with his foot in shackles. With a boulder similar to the one that he dropped on his head, unable to control his actions, Mal is under control of him over for the next several episodes as the role of the main antagonist, spending most of his time disguising himself as Mike. Well, kinda say Mike was trying to protect Zoe before Mal shows up to ruining the moment, but this could be the problem. The two continue. Since Mike was trapped in his head, he is surprised that he meets up with Chester inside of his brain, who is selling skateboards. So, first things first, that Mike really needs to gather his multiple personalities. He has to work together in order to get his alter egos to break free. Good thing that Mike also helps Chester out in the beginning of You Gotta Be Kidding Me. Later, the two continue to meet Svetlana in the obstacle course, who is sculpting butter, but while Mike is trying to devise a way to save her, Mal channels Svetlana's abilities as he was trying to defeat Alejandro that time. So, looks like Mike is able to free her from Mal's clutches by using a hammer used to sculpt. Very good plan to be able to set free for Svetlana. Later, the three of them are about to rescue Vito in Sunday Muddy Sunday, who is forced to put on the puppet show. The puppet comes alive and taunts the group, but the puppet also resembles as Mal. But Mike uses the puppet to free Vito. So, looks like the four of them has finally reunited together, trapped in his brain. And later, his final personality that they must to be rescued, Manitoba Smith in the Bold and the Booty Bowl, who is forced to burn Mike's dreams upon telling him their goal. Manitoba argues with Mike, pointing out that even Mal is defeated, Mike would still be in control. Chester and Vito agreed with him, and the three of them begin to refuse following Mike's lead. In order to prove he is the original personality, he pulls out his ID only to be shocked in discovering Mal's face instead of his own. Shocking. Svetlana, however, managed to calm them down, saying Mike deserved to be in control, listing all of his good qualities. After finding out that his ID is in another illusion created by Mal, Mike vows to bring down Mal once and for all to save Zoe. So, this is going to be able to have a little bit trap or a multiple personality problem. So, in order to be able to, for him to gather all of his alter egos to fight back against Mal, well, can I say that Mike is the only Total Drama character who has all of his multiple personalities in order to stop Mal, but unfortunately, Mal have almost finally made it to the final two so he can take on Zoe, but in order to be able to end this Mal's evil scheme, he must be able to wait until the finale. But I hope that this is going to be quite giving the one big moment for it. A hero versus villain inside of his mind could be quite giving the challenge. So, looks like it's time to get ready for a better race, and now, take on Tokyo South is going to be prepared. Very good for an N300 race, means a multiple personality of an Impreza is going to be quite prepared for having a one best race to be able to take 3 laps on it. This might get everything going. So, same thing like the Impreza with the Sonic Blue Micra. Turquoise color is definitely giving a good color on my shirt. Is going to be quite giving me good choice. Now, looks like this is going to be going good to be able to speed it up, take some few overtake passes, and I hope this is going to be quite excellent to be able to get a good opportunity start to be able to get going for it. So, looks like the Nissan 300C is definitely next up soon for it, because this is going to be quite excellent for bringing out the 1989 Nissan 380Z. And also, the 350Z is definitely might need to recommend. So this is going to be able to have few determined choices. So determination means having a lot of choice for the next Vision Total Drama Livery design. So this will be able to have the other ones will be able to do a speed-taking livery. Now going in to make tunnel passes. So, in the finale, Mal has finally unveiled himself to Zoe, so he tells Zoe that Mike was trapped in his mind, so this is going to be giving one bad moment for Zoe. So, Mike is still taking the struggle along with his multiple personalities in order to help him out. So, good thing that they finally reaches Mal's evil player. His brain is definitely going to be able to, in order to make him end his evil purpose once and for all. So since the challenge begins, Mal takes Alejandro and Heather, and things about to get a little bit struggle to be able to keep up on it, but, well, still racing to do it, because I'm really enjoying it, because this is going to be quite very good possible ways to be able to have some good racing tests to be able to try it out for it. Well, no, just giving a little bit toxic for it. Now, looks like the KTM X4R is currently in the lead. So, looks like this is going to be quite very excited to be unexpected. Okay, giving a one good grip turn. So, grip turn means giving one good amount of moment, then giving one good straightaway to be able to get close enough on it. So maybe technique would be able to come up a good performance with using the Total Drama Livery mic on it with a Subaru Impreza. Giving good techniques could be quite giving good possible ways for it, and also the aggressive ways that could be quite getting a good straightening on it. That could be Mal's personality type. So passive is definitely from normal, so this is going to be quite getting a good, excellent way to do it. Okay, so giving a little bit bad turn means bringing Chester out. So this will give a little bit more signs that taking a little bit of effect on the Subaru Impreza with the TD Livery mic on it, because giving good signs that will also depend to recognize each certain multiple personality type that also gives something for it. So this might give it a good technique, smooth turns that also contains detailed appearance. This is going to be able to get a good, nice and smooth turn to be able to keep it nice and steady. And might also provide for having a one good drifting technique. Svetlana is definitely the name to be able to point out the most technique type of gymnastics moment for it. Well, doing some sports means having some good entertainment for it. But also when having a little bit hit on the walls, just like for example, this might be getting a little bit happen when it's being scratched up. That's how also has Chester appears. Well, maybe I just made it up because I just want to make sure to see this will be a test for having this super impressive if the TV library would like to give a good work on it. And also corner technique that also might need to stay alert. Manitoba Smith also gets the answer to call. But even so, I can't say that this is definitely quite giving a good passage type of this vehicle could also produce any kinds of certain skill set for it. But I know this might be able to have to try this library out because this is going to be quite very good to go to finish for it. So right now, this is going to be able to have a daily workout running time to be able to get ready, because this will be an excellent good library design with having certain types of personality by having a good moment, and also perfect or not perfect for having a race could be quite very challenging. Now, looks like giving a good choice for having a torque distribution would give a good extra support. So this is going to be a good all-wheel drive to be able to drive fast for it. Whoa, looks like giving a good smooth miss. Almost getting hit by a wall for it. Right, there's the KTM Expo R. This is going to get a little bit more smooth closer for it. There's the KTM Expo R. So this is going to be giving one big moment. I hope this will end up in second place, because this is going to have to take a lot of better chances to be able to catch up on it. Okay, keep up. Give a final turn approach. Right, so looks like so far so good. KTM Expo R comes in second place for reaching the checker flag, and Mike comes in second. So looks like TDAS reference. Now looks like, let's see, this will be able to read for it. Within the finale, Mike and his personalities finally make it inside of the tower to realize that it would be a long trek upwards. Once they finally reach the top, they find out that there was a button that would reset Mike's brain and rid himself of all of his personality. Something of them bearing Mao needed to press to activate. Mike is reluctant, pressed it at first, but the other personalities assure him that they wouldn't be completely gone. After the button is pressed, his personalities in the tower disappear and Mao returns to his subconscious after being defeated by Mike. Mao is removed from existence forever. Upon doing so, Mike is finally reunited with Zoe, saving her from Fang after he hears her excited screaming, and they share their first kiss. But Chris has reminded the two that they are still competing for the money, in which realized he needs to continue on to the last moat, depending on the ending. One of the two pulls the sword out of the rock to win the season, but neither of them are seen with the case as the island sinks into the lake before Chris gave them the prize money. He, Zoe, Cameron, and Gwen managed to stay safe by floating on top of one of the cabins. But when Mike asked the three if they are willing to compete in another season, they all refuse. But also in the bonus clip, Mike states that he might miss his personalities, but on the other hand, probably not, which Zoe laughs a little. So looks like this is gonna be a one happy ending, folks, because we all do like Mike's multiple personalities, and even also Mal, of course, doing all that evil work during the fifth season. So maybe let's go for the next track, because this is going to be quite excellent to be prepared. So how about racing onto Fuji Speedway? Would like to give a good speeding run to do the advantage, or how about let's just gonna have to choose a better track to be able to go for. So maybe Sardenga is definitely giving a good windmills track for it. So let's just gonna have to choose the evening. Always have fresh waters to continue on during the commentary. So his audition tape takes place in his room. He listed his talents, that saying he is agile and graceful, but also tough and scrappy, and with the keen senses of a wilderness survivor. He then states that he is ready to win the season and doesn't care what his doctor says. He quickly tries to cover up, but accidentally says that he meant physiologist. Then he panicked the goals, turns off the camera, and trips and knocks over, and well, maybe ending the audition guest for it. Alright, so here we go. Looks like this is going to be able to have a good race number 2 to be able to get started, and it looks like the Plymouth X&R Roadster was actually in the race. Well, can I say that I thought this was going to be able to have a tough car to be ready, but an easy going Roadster, well, it's going to be a little bit simple. Now, this is going to be an excellent off-road course, so this is going to be a good wilderness survival to be able to race on the third course. So this will have to keep it nice and careful and try not to hit any obstacles before Chester will do the performance. Well, kind of say that old guy really gets a little bit grumpy move for it. And also giving a good talented technique that will also bring Banana out. Giving an extreme turn, do a little bit stunt. And however, this is different Speedo who moves to be able to bring it in as well for it. Give a little bit climbed up. Wow, 10-second gap already? That was quite fast. Maybe this is going to be quite very good for having a good jumping stunt that will bring out for it. Second lap goes in, and this keeps on flying. But take a good look on the gapping rate, folks. 15 seconds. This is going to get pretty easier for this Impreza. Master the all-wheel drive, and this is going to be quite very awesome for it. Keep it smooth going. Now, looks like this is going to be quite giving an excellent skillful set for it. Okay, watch it. But I have to watch out for the walls and even obstacles. That could be a very risky thing. better turn. Gotta keep sliding up and keep the dirt. Whoa, man. Wow, looks like this is gonna get a little bit tougher to see it maybe like a little moment. Okay, so looks like this is gonna be quite very easy going race for it. So looks like this is gonna be able to have to get some more runs to do a little bit distance to be able to get everything going on the dirt. So I hope that this will be able to have to keep up in mind, because this will have to save up a lot of credits for reaching 20 mil. And looks like I might be able to have to go and back up and earn up some more credits again if I can probably have to get a Bugatti Bay run. So this is going to be able to have to save up for the last. Keep sliding up on dirt. Alright, perfect. Just going on the uphill style turn is going to get more extreme on the dirt, because this is going to be quite fantastic for giving a good run on the Impreza. Okay, very good. Reach for the finish line, and that was the easy going race, folks. A very easy going race for an all-wheel drive. Well, the XNR Gita Roadster is still going faster for it, but this is going to be quite very better well for it. So looks like might be getting a little bit extreme run on the dirt, so this is going to be quite very fun. Now maybe let's see, something else might be able to change up the lap, so maybe it might be able to go and get ready for the final race to be able to get started. A little setback, so looks like might be able to take a little run on board. So giving a little 21 miles is definitely okay. So looks like maybe this is going to be able to get ready for one last race, because I hope I might be able to get ready to challenge the KTM Expo R. So this will be able to have a grid start board. Well, maybe a little reminder check, because I just definitely giving a little bit test run on Route X, because I just want to make sure to see how fast it goes, but giving a little tune-up what might need to be required. So here we go. This is going to be able to have a final round of the race that will also to get everything quite to be able to keep up for the multiple ways to be able to have a good impressive car to be able to race to win. So everything is going to be sports soft tires. It's gonna be quite very ready up and go. Now looks like time to go and challenge the KTM Expo R, and then this is going to be one fantastic race to be able to get ready to make a good win for Sully, and giving a one good JDM run that will also race on the Super Circuit. Now, this is going to be a great race to be going Super, and this is going to be very close for it. Now, looks like you're gonna have to keep a little bit careful on it, because taking a little bit few more cars are definitely in the way. Just keep it nice and slow, and this will keep concentrating to be able to get a focus on for. Very good, excellent pass, and almost there to be able to reach up on it. Now this is going to be an excellent pass for it, folks, because it's a little bit ramped up for it. Now same difference in color, but different type of blue. It's definitely going to be able to show. So looks like maybe the turquoise color is definitely giving a fine color for the Impreza. So maybe cashmere mouth yellow is definitely one of the kind of a good color since the original Gran Turismo game. Now, looks like it might be able to change up the torque distribution. That might be going a little bit better stability, balance, performance. We'll get a good position. Okay, keep up the fitness, and this wheel might give a good overtake run. Okay, JDM is definitely able to catch up to the RX 500. Now, my Impreza is going to get in on that inside turn. Now see, keep up and get going for it. Okay, coming closer to overtake the Nissan Skyline. Third lap time charm and keeps on going. Perfect race for 3 Nissan Skylines, are definitely able to keep going for having a good race. There we go. That might be good. Going well for it. Now, looks like this is going to be quite tougher to be able to do this like the last time on the first round of the race. Now, maybe let's just going to give a 50-50 adjustment that will give a good even balance on for it. Now, looks like 10-second gap is definitely able to come closing in for it. Expo R still in the lead, followed by the GR Super RC are still trying to catch up on it, because this might be able to get everything going on for thinking a little bit more stronger, and 300 category race will be able to catch up on. Now, looks like it's coming in decreasingly shortly for it, because the Subaru Impreza is going to be quite coming in to be able to get a good chance on for it, because this wheel might give a good perfect race, will get a good awesome finish line. That wheel might get a good chance on for it. Okay, 3-second gap remaining. Just gonna keep it up. Hope this is gonna be able to get a good supporting adjustment. We'll give a good work on for it. But this is going to be an excited all-wheel drive race we'll be able to get prepared for. Now, looks like this will be able to come closer. Only 2 seconds gap to go. Almost there. Just gonna have 1.3 seconds left. Now have that a little bit slight turn will give a good effect. Okay, almost. Gonna keep the throttle up to hold. Excellent. Now that was a fantastic first place lead. Now looks like this is going to be able to save up for the final lap of the race, and oh man, looks like the X4R doesn't stand a chance. Looks like this is going to get pretty tougher to be able to get ready for a race. A heat-going rivalry between the Subaru Impreza and the KTM X4R. This is going to be a well-matched race, folks, and this is going to be quite very challenging by the wrist. I hope that this is going to be able to have one good well-race moment, because this is going to get a little bit intense. Keep up the struggle and keep up the pace for having one tough race that might give it to the max. Okay, make a comeback. very good first place on the road, and this wheel might get a close eye on for it. Look at the Expo R, and it's definitely able to coming back for more, because giving it one extra horsepower boost might give a good chance to win. But the Impreza doesn't stand a chance. That will may be able to come closer to the check flag, and it looks like first place on the win. Now, looks like that was a pretty awesome race, folks. That was a pretty race to step it up and get a good challenge that will also to bring an all-wheel drive JDM car to be able to reach to the finish line. Now, looks like this is going to be a matter of result to be able to have some earnings and then daily workout finish, and it's all done. So, luckily, that was a pretty awesome race. So, that will deserves to be able to have a good replay on for it. Now, let's see for today's daily workout complete, and looks like March 24 is going to be the usual cars for today. Another Ford Focus, and now looks like this is going to be able to add it up as well for it, just as the usual. Black color, definitely better. Now, maybe having a one red color is definitely able to coming up soon for it. So good thing the last color for today of this week, R2 large flakes, is definitely quite purchasable to buy. So looks like so close to finishing up Total Drama Revenge of the Island Livery designs is going to be almost done soon. So maybe this will have to be able to save it for the last until purchasing a historic race car for 20 mil. So looks like next up is Zoe with a Nissan 350 SED or 300 SED is definitely quite coming in for the next Vision Total Drama fan art design, you guys. But this one for the Total Drama Revenge of the Island Livery design Mike, that will also to have variants as well. Speaking of variants, his multiple personalities as well to be able to come and take a good look for it. So this will be able to be coming soon for it. So this will be able to have a better size vector appearance for it. Well, folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race, and I hope you like this library. Thanks for watching, and be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to click the bell for some notification uploads if you want to see, and also the links on the description down below if you want to see more. So, I'll be continuing on to start making Zoe's library for the next Gran Turismo Sport on Vision Total Drama fan art design, and I'll see you guys next time. Keep on racing, stay cool.